What's going on YouTube? Here's how I made $532 trading the Nasdaq this morning on this short position right around here. Got roughly 30 something points to the downside, 33 points to the downside. I'm going to give you guys a top down analysis into what I saw and what I took. So on the higher time frames, we have been displacing from all-time highs. I did somewhat have a bullish bias coming into market open, right? But then when price started moving, market open came and I saw pretty much how price was reacting. I pretty much objectively and collectively move with the group in the exchange, right? Like I don't really want to come into market open with a bias. Sure, I do want to have a bias. I do want to have a narrative, right? But if I see levels get disrespected, if I see bullish PDR rates getting validated, I'm obviously gonna react, right? I'm not trying to predict anything. So right before market opening, we have London's lows, we have London's highs, and we have London's lows, right? As soon as market open, price manipulated up, tapped into this 5 minute bearish for value gap that we created over here. We respected it once. When market open came, we respected it twice, right? So this would have been a nice short towards London's lows, but it happened very, very quickly, right? Very, very quickly. So I had to sit on it, right? As you guys can see, it literally happened in one candle, like at the opening, right? There's no inversions. It just flushed, right? Good setup here either way, but London's lows had already gotten taken. Boom. So we sweep London's lows. The next liquidity is the next outside liquidity I see that we price could potentially draw to is these previous day's lows, right? I waited for price to see if after we sweep London's lows, we potentially inverse this 1 minute and attack London's highs. If we would have been bullish, right? If price action would have been bullish, we probably would have done that, right? But that's not what we did. Instead, I noticed we invalidated and looked to invalidate this 4 hour for value gap that I actually used yesterday. Right, as you guys can see, we were displacing down. So I also noticed that we created a 1 hour bearish for value gap right around here. If you pay attention, there's a massive 1 hour for value gap here, 1 hour bearish for value gap here. That at market opening, before market opening, we were actually respecting it. Like we're reacting of this. We were reacting of this 1 hour already. So I am positive that this 4 hour could have completely got an inverse, even though it didn't. Now that I see like the aftermath, it didn't. But at the time of the trade, I'm expecting that 4 hour to get ran through once I see this displacement down, right? Once I see that we are actually respecting bearish period raise, and on the lower time frames, we are relatively bearish, right? So when we sweep London's lows, I know my next potential drawn liquidity is these previous day's lows, which on the hourly time frame they look like this, right? Previous day's lows from yesterday. We are pretty bearish on the hourly, pretty bearish in the 15, pretty bearish in the 5 and the 1, right? So I'm shooting for a 1-on-1, 1-on-2 continuation towards the next drawn liquidity, right? And if with enough conviction and discretion into the drawn liquidity, it can happen, right? We've been from all-time highs already the past few weeks, right? It's time to maybe calm down, right? It's also already Friday, so I'm not expecting the cleanest PA, but nevertheless, we got some nice PA here. So we swept London's lows, price created a 1 minute, respected this 1 minute, pull back into another 1 minute and respected this 1 minute as well. If we would have had a reversal right after sweeping London's lows, right after we sweep these lows right here, we would have reversed immediately and attacked London's highs. If price is not doing that, and instead price is pulling back into bearish PRAs, respecting them, again here, pulling back into bearish PRAs and respecting them, I'm gonna react to that, right? And I'm gonna target the next drawn liquidity, which is London lows. Unfortunately, I did not hold this all the way to London's lows, even though it would have been a nice risk to reward, right? I had to actually close right around here because the mouse of my fucking computer stopped fucking working, like literally. And I wanted to trail my TP, like I entered quick, right? And as soon as I entered, the mouse fucking died. So as soon as I saw we displayed down, I said, what the fuck is wrong with my mouse? I can't even put my TP here. I can trail this up here. I can do, I mean, sure, I can touch the screen, right? Because this is, but fuck that. I said I can't trade in this condition, so I actually prematurely exited. But I'm fine with it, right? I still went for a 1-2 or a 1-1 actually. TP was set like somewhere around here. 23-point stop. Yeah, I had my TP was set right above this imbalance, so I went for like a nice 1-1, right? Had to prematurely exit again because I told you my mouse was fucking acting up, but the bias was correct, and we actually indeed ended up smacking and ripping through this previous day's lows. We sold off to previous day's lows. So the drawn liquidity was correct. I simply went for a continuation, right? London's highs still are untouched. We respected bearish PDA raise. My job is to react, not predict, and simply with discretion and with a nice entry after a nice pullback into a PDA rate, simply target the next drawn liquidity, which in this case was previous day's lows. Very, very simple day, guys. Very, very simple day. Continuations so far, like I said, they've been literally undefeated. Undefeated. So don't really want to get ahead of myself, but 80% win rate so far, I'll take that. As I said, I just started this XFA. Got 2 winning days already. Easy, simple day, guys. Continuations, targeting the draw liquidity with discretion and with objectivity, right? And got the job done, boys. Got the job done. Continuation model, 101, 532 for the day. I'll take that any day of the week. Simple, simple, simple. It's about knowing where the drawn liquidity is, having conviction towards it, and having discretion, like I said. Good day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.